Hello everyone, my name is Sagar and I hope you are doing well. Now in our last videos, we have seen how we can create a simple lookup. So what we did, we simply created a field named as secondary sites, and here we populated the sites. And now let's try to add some query in our lookup. So what I'm going to do, if you see currently I'm into site number 1, right? This warehouse 11 is located in site 1. If I click on this drop down, so the secondary site should be sites except one, right? So it could be 2 to 6, anything, right? Similarly, if I go to, let us say, this one, okay, and here if you see, if I will again click on this secondary sites, here 2 should be excluded. So I'm going to make this scenario. So for example, I should not see 2 in my lookup when my already the main site is 2. So how I can achieve this? So for that, what I'm going to do, the first thing is that this is the code that we created in our last video. Now I need to add my own query here. So for that, I will use my query framework. So what I can do, I can simply create my query. I can say query, and I will need my query build data source. So I'll need query build query build data source, that is QBDS. I will take the short form. Then I will also need a range, so I can say query build range QBR. Now I will create my query. I will say query equals to new query. I am simply initializing my query. Once I create the query, I need to add a data source. So I can say QBDS equals to query dot add data source, and I will add my data source. My data source is invent site, right? That is what I was using from my last video. Invent site. Okay, here we go. Now inside my query, I have added my data source. Now I'll need to specify what range I want to apply. So I will use my QBR object equals to, I can say my QBDS dot add range, and here I will specify my field name. So I will say field name, and I can say here my in my invent site table, please apply the filter on my site ID field. Okay, then I can specify here what value or what filter I want to apply. As I need to do it not, so I will use this sysQuery. There is a function called value not, and here I will simply pass the site ID. Now this site ID will change as I will move from one record to other. So let me go to front end quickly. So if I'll jump from here to here, the site will change. So that's why I need the current instance of my buffer. So to get that, I can get this from my sender. Let me say sender dot. So from my sender, I can get my form run. From my form run, I can get my data source. Okay, and now what I will do, I will store this data source in a variable named as form data source. The main data source for this form is invent location. So I will get the invent location data source buffer here. Once I have my form data source available, then I can get the current cursor record, right? Okay, 1 second, what is the issue here? Okay, here for now I will hard code the value so that I can get rid of this error. Okay, it's much better now. Okay, so here I can get my, what's the issue? Okay, I will put this. Let me save it first. Okay, now the error is gone. So now I will get my event location, right? So I can see my event location. I will define my buffer here, and from my this form data source, that is event location data source dot cursor. So I will get my current record here. Then I can get my site ID from my event location ID. So I can say event location. I will write it again. Event location dot event site. Yeah, here we go. Now my query is ready, but I haven't specified that I'm using this query. For that, I will use this function. I will say SysTableLookup dot. There's a function named as param query. So I'll need to provide my query here. I will simply pass query, and that's it. I believe this should work. So we'll do a build and sync, then we'll see. Alright guys, so the build is completed, and now when I will go to my front end, and let's say when I will click on edit now, and you can see that I am not able to see that filter, like the one is already not available. Even though I can clear, I can add, but by default if you switch, you will not get that particular record. Similarly, okay, so let me switch to any other record. This is freezed. Give me a minute here. Okay, let me go to this here. Also, if I will select the records, I will not able to select one directly. And again, if I will go here, if you can see, I'm not able to select 4-1. I can select any other. So this is how you can apply ranges or queries, especially in your lookup forms. Now let me reiterate what we did. We want to implement query inside our lookup. So for that, first of all, we wrote this standard code for our lookup, where we need to provide our table ID and our form control reference. Then we define these query, queryable data source, and queryable drain object. Then from my form control, I get my form run. From my form run, I get my data source. I put this data source, this form data source, inside this variable. Then from here I get the current instance of my record using cursor. Then I initialize my query. I added a data source to my query, that is event site. Then I added a range, and I decided to apply range on my site ID. And then here I specified that I don't want that particular site. Which site? For example, if I'm into this record, only the site 4 is available in main site, so I don't want 4. Okay, and then here I specified what all fields I need in my lookup. Then I assign my query in this param query method, and then I use this perform form lookup method. And then at the end we need to cancel the super call. So for that I created this form control cancelable super event dogs using my this E. I can say I typecasted it here, then I simply call my super call. So this is how I created an applied query in my ranges, sorry, like in my lookup. Oh, thanks for watching this video.